Okay guys, quick little update on this Coolster 125cc Spider-Man Edition ATV, and just came in because it wouldn't run. You can catch the other videos there, and they couldn't figure out why it wouldn't run, but they ran it without oil because this case was leaking and it just melted the piston and the cylinder and everything. There was a big hole in the back. You can see in one of my other videos, but right there, some big hole wore into the engine case, and then all the oil came out and they didn't think to put oil back in it, so it burnt the motor up. So anyway, I hooked my customer up with his Power Sport Max or PowerMaxSport.com. Jeez, I forget now. One of those, and it was able to get a whole brand new motor for $225. The only difference is mine came with a different plug, so I had to splice in different wires. I just had them hooked up temporarily to make sure everything worked, and now I'll go back and solder them and shrink wrap them and everything. But anyway, I just wanted to show you, yeah, I had to wait on some parts because even after we got the motor, the petcock was bad, and also I found the coil was bad. So I put on, excuse me, something in the air here today. Anyway, I put on a high performance coil, adds like 50 horsepower. I think it's like up to 200 miles an hour or something. You gotta be real careful with these when you put these high performance coils on, because it just adds so much power. And I think I'm going to have to put a wheelie bar on the back or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to try. I got to use two hands here. I'm going to crank it up. This is not the first start. I did start it earlier to make sure that the wiring and everything worked. But it's still got to be broke in, and then I have to adjust it. But it will run for right now, just to show you. Okay, like I say, hang on, because I got to squeeze the... I think I'm going to have to put the... camera down just for 1 second. Hold on. I gotta squeeze the brake while I'm doing this. Okay. Yeah, she fires right up. And like I say, it's whoops. I laid the handlebar on my leg and revved it up. But anyway, I still gotta break it in, which I did a little bit. I ran it for a little while. And then I gotta go back and readjust it. And what I did was I drilled out that damn Wells plug so I could actually get in there and adjust the idle, because from the factory they're still closed off. So I'll be able to tune this thing in real good once it gets going. And I had to weld his muffler back on. This was completely broke out, so I had to weld it back on. It looked worse than the end piece. That's what the other side looked like, and somehow I was able to weld it all on there. And yes, hold on, let me turn it off now. You hear it? That way I don't have to shout. And it's funny because this weld's so bad that somebody would probably say to me, "What, did you weld that with your eyes closed?" And it's exactly what I did, because I didn't have a helmet. I don't have a welding helmet right now, so I actually had to weld with my eyes closed and guess where I was welding. But anyway, the guy, you know, obviously don't want to have to pay much for this thing. It's not really worth a lot. We've already put a new motor in it, so I had to do a little quick fix on that thing. But anyway, it's up and running. So now, and if you're wondering why I got the body like that, you have to have all this safety stuff hooked up and the ignition switch and everything. So I just turned the body around backwards. That way I can have my wires hooked up, my switch over there and everything. Make sure everything works, there's no leaks, it's tuned right, everything's all back together real good. And then now I'm going to put the body back on, the handlebars and all that stuff, and wrap this job up and be another successful job and another happy customer and a bunch of money in my pocket. Well, I wish it was in my pocket. I got to pay the rent and everything, so, and not a moment too soon. All right, guys, this little update here, it ended up being a long update, but I'll button this thing up and I'll shoot a better video of it. All right, stay tuned.